Good morning. We're back from our trip. I look awful. We got in late last night, but I am tired and I have a sore throat and an earache, and my son has a sore throat and a cough, and my mom actually was diagnosed with RSV this week. So he and I are going to stay here this morning, probably go to the clinic tomorrow. Yeah. But I had a lot of time to work on this while driving. I didn't do the little ornament ones because that was a lot of color changing and I wanted something that I could just continue to stitch. We'll say I did get a new holder and ring light and I love it. Thank you, Megan, my niece. Although she said, I don't think that was mine. And my sister said, I'm pretty sure it was yours. And Megan said, I've never seen that before. Nobody knew where it came from. And I was like, well, whoever, thank you. So, when I left for this trip, I had a little bit of this done, but not much. So, I've pretty much done most of this on the trip, filling it in. And it's coming together. Now I'm just doing this fill-in part, and then I'll finish the little sections, but it's coming along. We had a lovely trip. We drove from East Texas to Mobile, Alabama area to see my oldest brother and his 5 kids, and found out that actually 2 of my nieces work at Hobby Lobby now. So I was like, well, that could be dangerous. And then had a nice visit with them, and then drove the other 4.5 hours north to my mom's, and we were there with my mom's at my mom's. My sister and her husband and their 4 girls came in. My little brother and his wife and their 4 kids came in. They have 2 girls and 2 boys. Then on Friday, I have a cousin that I text often, but we had not seen each other since 2018. And he and my aunt and uncle and his other brother all came, and that was a lot of fun because I had, like I said, I hadn't seen them since 2018. And I am 8 years older than, no, 8 years older than Forrest, and I am 11 years older than Hunter. I remember the night Hunter was born because I was actually at my grandmother's house when we got the call that he had been born. So it was fun to be with them on this trip as adults. They're both in their 30s now, and it was like, I have pictures of me holding them when they were just little boys. But we had a really, really fun time. And yeah, we drove back yesterday and made the obli- I can't even think of the word, obligatory stop at Buc-ee's with my children. That's a must. And my husband, they love that place. I like it too. I did get some good hand lotion while I was there and a few little snacks. And then after Buc-ee's, we drove on, and then I can't tell you how many Love's truck stops we stopped at. We stopped at 2 Cracker Barrels to go to the bathroom and look around. And I worked at Cracker Barrels for 5 years, so it's like walking into home for me. I love it. So we went in and shopped a little bit, and of course used the restrooms. Then finally got on the final stretch and drove in, and my little dog had caused some kind of drama while I was gone. She was supposed to stay with my next door neighbor. Well, I took her over there the night before we left. I got her all settled in. She had a pillow that smelled like me. She had her food, her water, her toys, everything she needed was over there. My kids heard her barking while we were getting ready to load up. But we left about 3 a.m. and I thought she'd be fine. Well, she decided when my neighbor let her out to go to the bathroom the next day that she was going to escape and come home, which it's just next door. It's not far. She got to our house, went in our carport, and refused to leave. Absolutely refused. Both of my neighbors on either side were trying to get her in. She would not. So they ended up just leaving her in the carport and feeding her and making sure she had a blanket because it was cold, and the laundry room door was left open so she could go in there if she got too cold. And she stayed there the whole time we were gone, and they just kept checking on her. But when I got notification that we were supposed to have a freeze warning for yesterday morning, I talked to my younger neighbor next door. I told her where our spare keys were, and I asked her to just let her in the house. I figured we might come home to some kind of mess, but I hadn't even thought about having her put her in while we were gone. But I didn't want to leave her in the house without somebody here to let her out. So it worked out. She was totally fine. Very, very happy to see us when we got home. And she's healthy and safe and everything's well, but I will not be taking a trip without her again. Because she is not happy to stay with anybody else. And I told my husband, I said, she'll just have to put up with my mom's two dogs. She's not friendly with other dogs usually. She's not ugly to them, but she usually will just be the one kind of cowering in the corner, just not happy. So we will see. We'll take her with us. We're planning to go back to my mom's for spring break, so I'm figuring we'll take her. We did take her last Thanksgiving, and she did fine, but she was the only dog there. This time they have two more dogs that are a lot bigger than her, and although they are super sweet dogs, I'm not sure how she would react to them, but we will see. And also, if my brother does come to visit, he has a little, I say little, he's pretty big. She's a pretty big dog. So yeah, we had all kinds of adventures. But we're home. Everything went well, and other than us being a little sick, we're okay. So I'm gonna work on this a little bit this morning, and since I'm here with my youngest, I may not get to nap anymore, but I might later. So at some point today, I've got to work on getting a Walmart order ready to pick up because we're low on a few things, but nothing major. So anyway, hope y'all have a great day, and I'll try to add some footage from the trip on here. I did do a couple reels, but I thought I was going to film a lot more than I did, but I mostly just sat and enjoyed watching all the family and being around everybody, and it was nice. Hope y'all have a wonderful weekend.